When you sand these things, you want to make sure that you just use light pressure on this sander. You want to get rid of these little bridges left over from the milling and these hairline things. On this one, just real light pressure. You don't want to sand a flat edge. Just touch it, just so lightly all the way around there, and maybe a little bit on the back edge. Anything more than what I've just done, you finish up by hand with a small piece of sandpaper. Sand the surface of the dial. Try to stay with the grain. This is a little bit tedious, but this is what has to be done. Spend a few minutes, because when you put stain on it, those little lines in there that we're looking at right through there, they're going to show up and they're going to show the stain. You'll see those. So you want to sand this a little bit and make sure you round off the edges a little bit and make it look nice. Because you're on the finished end of this, and this is what everybody's going to look at. You don't want this to be ugly. The file we're going to use is in the root directory of C drive, and it's called Dial. So you just double click on Dial, it'll bring up CorelDRAW. Set the page size to 4.5, which is the same as the Corel page size. You're going to go raster and leave the speed, power just like they are. Hit OK. And then you're going to print. Place your dial on the jig with the arrow in the corner. Bring the thing down, make sure it's focused. With it in the corner, your page or your dial should be good to go. And don't forget to turn on the exhaust fan. But that's your thing ready to go. Okay, to begin the assembly, you have to make sure you have all the parts. You have to have your box all done and sanded, door sanded, riveted, ready to go. You need your knob ready to go, the 6 hinges sanded, all the things gone off, break the edges so they're not sharp corners, 2 2 1/2 inch dowels, the feet, the lasered knob, about a dozen small screws with the square head, this jig for drilling the hinges, 2 pieces of masonite, your clock movement assembled, and 4 clamps and 2 drills. One for driving the screws and one for just drilling the holes. Okay, and the first step is to drill the holes for the screws in the hinges. With the hole for the hinge pin at the back side, you fit it in the jig like this. If it doesn't fit in the jib, you need to sand it down till it does. Otherwise, it's not going to fit in your door. Put the bit with the dowel on it and just hold it. Make sure you use a backing board for this next step. I've drilled 2 holes like that. Now I'm going to turn it over and use the other end of the jig. Stick it in there. Put in the other drill bit, which is, there's 3 sizes on here. One is the 1/4, one is the number 37, the other is the 28. Put the 28 in the drill bit, in the drill. And drill through. So you have the holes, countersink, ready to go. Do that to all 6 pieces. Okay, after you've got the holes all drilled, make sure you take the bit out and return it to the holder so the next person can use it. Now you want to assemble your hinges. You've got the holes drilled, they're sanded, just a matter of slipping that hinge pin into it. And make sure you assemble it so it will sit on the safe, right? I like to leave just a little bit sticking out, just adds a little more definition to what the box is. So now I have both hinges ready to go on the box.